In a world that rewards the loudest voices, she stayed quiet, choosing kindness when no one noticed, until the day the world pushed her too far. Emily was the kind of girl people remembered not for her achievements, but for how she made them feel. A high school student in Nova Scotia, she was always the first to offer help, and the last to ask for it. Snowy sidewalks. She'd shovel them before school for her elderly neighbors. Forgotten lunch. Emily gave hers away. Again. She wore a smile like armor, even when her coat had holes and her boots leaked. But behind her kindness was silence. Her mother, a single parent, worked 3 jobs. Emily raised herself quietly, her heart stitched with selflessness. Everything changed when her school announced a regional scholarship contest, a full ride to any Canadian university. The competition required not just academic excellence, but leadership and community impact. Her teachers encouraged her to apply. Emily hesitated. She'd never seen herself as special. One evening, while serving coffee at the local diner, she overheard 2 classmates planning to expose her. "She just acts nice to look good. Let's show the judges who she really is. Why would they hate her for being good?" That night, Emily sat by the frosted window of their small rental home, watching snow fall like quiet doubts. Maybe they were right. Maybe being kind was just weakness. She thought of withdrawing from the contest. She whispered to herself, "Why try, when they'll only tear you down?" The next morning, Emily visited Mrs. Duncan, the retired librarian who had mentored her since childhood. The old woman poured tea and listened. When Emily finished, Mrs. Duncan leaned forward and said gently, "Dear, being good in a world that rewards cruelty is the bravest thing anyone can do. But bravery isn't about silence. It's about showing up, even when you're shaking." She handed Emily a journal. "Use this, not to defend yourself, but to discover who you are." Emily didn't drop out. Instead, she threw herself into the project. She created Maple Kind, a community kindness program, collecting winter coats, organizing snow clearing teams, writing anonymous thank you notes to tired teachers. But as she rose, so did the hate. Social media posts mocked her. Rumors spread that she staged everything for attention. One post read, "Too nice to be real, just another fake." The emotional toll hit hard. One afternoon, Emily returned home to find her mom asleep at the kitchen table, bills scattered like fallen leaves. The kindness she gave the world was not filling her own home. Still, a group of younger students began joining Maple Kind. One boy, Lucas, told her, "People bullied me until you talked to me. You're why I didn't quit school." That moment became her anchor. She kept going. 2 weeks before the scholarship decision, Emily received an anonymous email with a link to a video, clips of her project spliced together with sarcastic captions, painting her as manipulative and fake. It had thousands of views. She didn't cry. Not this time. She walked outside into the biting cold, looked up at the moon, and whispered, "I know who I am." The final scholarship presentation arrived. The hall was packed. Emily stood alone at the podium, holding her journal. She spoke not about what she'd done, but why. "My dad left when I was 7. My mom works until her hands bleed. Kindness wasn't something I chose, it was something I needed to survive. If people think that's fake, I won't argue, but I'll keep showing up. Because maybe, just maybe, kindness can outlive cruelty." The silence that followed was heavier than any applause. The judges awarded her the scholarship, not just for her impact, but for her courage. Her story spread. The students who mocked her never apologized, but some joined her next snow clearing team, and the viral video, it was replaced by one of her speech shared nationwide. Emily began volunteering outside her town, speaking at youth events, advocating for mental health, and encouraging students to lead with empathy, even when it's not easy. A year later, during her first winter break from university, Emily returned to Lunenburg. She saw a boy helping an elderly woman cross the icy street. He wore a Maple Kind badge. Tears warmed her cheeks. The world hadn't changed completely. There were still whispers, still cold stares. But Emily now walked taller, not because the world accepted her kindness, but because she did. She learned that being too nice is never the problem. The real problem is giving up your light just because others can't handle its shine. Never give up. The world may try to break your spirit, but if you hold on, your light will inspire others to find theirs.